Hi
Okay.
children, this is Sridhar. So I am going to teach maths. So welcome to ninth class. Today we are going to start the first chapter. So before that, I will ask some questions to you people. Then give me answers. Okay. First one. See, how many chalk pieces are there with me? Here, how many are there? One. Okay, one. Now how many chalk pieces are there with me? Two. Now it is three. Now how many are there with me? Four chalk pieces. Okay. And so on. So these numbers we are using for counting objects. So the count the group of these counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on are called natural numbers. Natural numbers. Natural numbers are represented with capital N. What are natural numbers? The group of counting numbers are known as natural numbers. So it is represented by capital N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Group of these numbers are called natural numbers. What is the least natural number? Yes, 1. 1 is the least natural number. Then what is the greatest natural number? It does not exist. Next, I am going to the next one. For example, I am adding 0 to the natural number. What I am adding here? 0 to the natural numbers. Isn't it? So, when you are adding 0 to natural numbers, then what you are getting here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Group of these numbers are known as whole numbers. Isn't it? What are whole numbers? The group of 0 and natural numbers are called whole numbers. What is the difference between natural numbers and whole numbers? So natural numbers starts from 1, but whole numbers starts from 0. There is a difference between these two and 0. So what is the least whole number? 0 is the least whole number. Then what is the greatest whole number? It does not, and so on. It does not exist. Next, coming to the next, whole numbers are represented with the capital W. So W equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Negative quantity minus is nothing but a negative quantity, plus is nothing but a positive quantity. For example, I am taking here minus 2. It's a negative quantity. Minus 1, negative quantity. 0. It does not contain any side, means neither negative nor positive. Then positive quantity 1, 2, 3. When you are putting together, means what? The group of negative numbers, positive numbers, including 0 are called integers. Okay, what is meant by integers? The group of negative numbers, positive numbers, including 0 are called integers. Integers are represented with I or Z. I or Z. What are which type of numbers are there? These negative numbers are there, positive numbers, and including 0. These are called integers, isn't it? For example, so already we have learned in previous classes. In that whole circle, this circle I am dividing into 4 equal parts. One circle we are dividing into 4 equal parts. In that, just I am shading only one part. Out of 4, just we are shaded only 1. So it can be written as 1 by 4. What is that? 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is a fraction. What is mean by fraction? Already we learned in 7th class and previous classes. Fraction is nothing but a fraction is a part of a whole. A fraction is a part of a whole. Out of all these 4 parts, we are taking only one part. So this it can be written as 1 by 4. It is a fraction, and that too it is possible to write in the form of P by Q. So why I am saying here related this we are now we have to learn about the rational numbers. Okay, what is rational numbers? That we are going to learn. Rational numbers means the numbers which are possible to write in the form of P by Q. The numbers which are possible to write in the form of P by Q. For example, 2 by 3, 4 by 7, 0.25, 0.72. All these are examples of rational numbers. The numbers which are possible to write in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. What will happen? Suppose if it is Q is equal to 0, then what will happen? P by 0. But the division by 0 is not possible. It is undefined. So because of that reason, you can say that Q is always not equal to 0. So all these are examples of rational numbers, and rational numbers we have to represent with Q. Isn't it? Then coming to the next one, the numbers which are not possible to write in the form of P by Q. Repeat once again, the numbers which are not possible to write in the form of P by Q are called irrational numbers. Isn't it? Irrational numbers. What are irrational numbers? The numbers which are not possible to write in the form of P by Q are called irrational numbers. Which are possible to write in the form of P by Q are called rational numbers. Those are not, it is not possible to write in the form of P by Q are called irrational numbers. It can be represented with Q dash or S. Q dash or S. Okay. So when you are putting together, what you are putting here? Rational numbers and irrational numbers. The group of rational numbers and irrational numbers are called real numbers. The group of or the union of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. Okay, our chapter name is real numbers, isn't it? What is our chapter name? Real numbers. Okay, real numbers is nothing but the union or the group of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. Real numbers we have to represent with capital R. Simply we can write in the form of Q union S or Q union Q dash. The union of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers, and it can be represented with capital R. So just I'll give one diagram based on that. Here all natural numbers are there in whole numbers. Whole numbers are there in integers. Integers are there in rational numbers. Rational numbers. So these are the rational numbers. So the group of these numbers, all those are rational numbers, and these are the separate irrational numbers. But the union of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. Means what? Natural numbers are whole numbers. Whole numbers are integers. Integers are rational numbers. But the group of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. So simply we can draw a diagram. Based on that, we can remember this easily, isn't it? Okay, shall we start? So for example, this is a group of natural numbers. This circle is means completely this is represent natural numbers. Natural numbers are there in whole numbers, isn't it? Whole numbers are there in integers. Okay, okay children. Then integers are there in rational numbers. Okay, when we are going to represent all these numbers in one rectangle, this is irrational numbers. The group of these rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers, isn't it? Clearly you can remember that natural numbers are whole numbers. Whole numbers are integers. Integers are rational numbers. The group of the union of rational and irrational numbers are called real numbers. Okay, now, okay children, understood? Then, so we have to start with the other one. Representation of rational numbers on the number line. Okay, so already we learned about the number line in previous classes. So this topic also we learned in 8th class. Again we are to revise once again how to represent the rational numbers on the number line. Just we have to draw one line. Okay, already I told you 0 is neither negative nor positive. from 0 to right side we had to represent positive numbers. Left from 0 to left side we had to represent negative numbers. For example, I want to represent 3 by 4. It's a rational number. Why? Because it is in the form of 3 by 2. Then minus 5 by 4. It is also a rational number. So I am going to represent these rational numbers on the number line. Okay, 3 by 4 is a rational number as well as minus 5 by 4 is also a rational number. Then how to represent these rational numbers on the number line? So this totally depends upon the denominator. Okay, what is numerator and what is denominator? Okay, what is mean by fraction? Once again, revise once again. Fraction is a part of a whole. For example, 3 by 4. Out of 4 parts, we are taking your 3. So it can be represented by 3 by 4. So this 3 is called numerator and 4 is called denominator. Next, minus 5. So here 5 is the numerator and 4 is the denominator. So we are going to represent 3 by 4 on the number line. So first denominator is 4. According to that denominator, each one unit has been divided into that many equal parts. For example, 4 is there. Denominator, what is there in the denominator? 4. So each one unit had been divided into 4 equal parts. See here from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 1 unit, isn't it? Again, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Another unit. So at the same way, we can replace. So we have to mark the dividing into 4 equal parts at the left side also. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. What we are going to represent here? First one is 3 by 4. Isn't it? 3 by 4. So here is 1 from the. So it is positive. We have to go with the. So we have to go from 0 to right side. We have to move on the right side. So this part will represent 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4. Okay, understood? Now minus 5 by 4. It is negative. We have to move on the left side from 0 to left side. See, this one will represent minus 1 by 4, minus 2 by 4, minus 3 by 4, minus 4 by 4 is nothing but a minus 1. This is called minus 5 by 4. Like this, we have to represent the rational numbers on the number line. Okay, children? Understood? Okay. Now, I'll give some statements. First one, every rational number is an integer. Second statement, every integer is a rational number. And the third statement is 0 is a rational number. Before that, I will clarify once. How many academic standards are there in mathematics? It is completely different from the other subjects. Okay, so we have 5 academic standards. First one is problem solving. Second one is reasoning and proof. Third one is communication. Fourth one is connection. And fifth one is representation or visualization. These 5 academic standards we have to. 5 academic standards are there in mathematics. For example. So what is the statement? Whether these 3 statements are true or false, we have to give the reason. So such type of questions will come under reasoning and proof. For example, every rational number is an integer. Is it correct? True or false? Once again, every rational number is an integer. It is true or false? Yes, absolutely. This is false. Why it is false? We have to give the reason. Okay. So every rational number. For example, let me take here 4 by 7. 4 by 7 is a rational number or not? Yes. Why? It is possible to write in the form of p by q, but it is not an integer. We can write so many examples. Minus 3 by 8. Is it a rational number? Yes, absolutely it is a rational number, but it is not an integer. So we have to give an example. This statement is false since 4 by 7 is a rational number, but it is not an integer. Minus 3 by 8 is also a rational number, but it is not an integer. So because of that reason, we can say that every rational number is not an integer. But what is the given statement? It is an integer. Because of that reason, we can say that it is false. Next one. Every integer is a rational number. Isn't it? Yes or no? It is true or false? Yes? True. Very good. True. Why it is true? We have to give the reason. For example, 2 is an integer. 2 is an integer. But 2 is possible to write in the form of p by q or not? Yes. How to write that one? 2 by 1. 2 by 1 is nothing but a what? Again 2. Why? Because 2 by 1. So we are dividing 1. Again we get the same number or not? So for example, minus 3. Minus 3 is also write. It is possible to write in the form of p by q, that is minus 3 by 1. So based on that, we can say that every integer is a rational number. So this statement is true. Then coming to the next one, 0 is a rational number. Is it right? Yes? Yeah, absolutely correct. True. Why? Because 0 is also possible to write in the form of p by q. 0 by 1, again 0. Yes or no? 0 by 2, again 0. 0 by 3, again what will get here? 0. But 0 is possible to write in the form of p by q. So because of that reason, we can say that 0 is a rational number. Okay, children? Now I'll give you some more examples. Write 7, 0, 10, minus 4 in p by q form. We have to write these numbers in p by q form. Okay, how to write? Just now I explain you 7. For example, I will take 7. 7 is possible to write in the form of p by q or not? How to write that one? Yes, 7 by 1. Okay, when you are going to divide 7 with 1, again what will get here? 7. So 7 is possible to write in the form of p by q, that is 7 by 1. Then 0, just now I explained you, right? 0, 0 by 1, or 0 by 2, or 0 by 100, 0 by 1000. Again we get 0, but it is possible to write in the form of p by q. What is the p by q form of 7? 7 by 1. Okay. What is the p by q form of 0? 0 by 1. Then 10. Yes, 10 by 1. Minus 4. Minus 4 by 1. All these numbers, it is possible to write in the form of p by q. Those are 7. 7 by 1. 0. 0 by 1. 10. 10 by 1. Minus 4. Minus 4 by 1. These are the p by q form of respective numbers. Okay. Okay, we'll revise once again what we are discussing in this class. Okay, so that points I tell you. So first point is we are discussing about first number system means what? So we are discussing about the natural numbers. Next, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, and real numbers. The second point is what we are discussing about that? How to representation of rational numbers on the number line, isn't it? Representation of the rational numbers on the number line. And the third one is what we are discussing about that? How to represent the given numbers in p by q form or rational number form. These things we all learn. Okay. So remaining topics we will learn in the next class. Okay. Thank you.